Okay, welcome to the April 11th, 2022 meeting of Community Board 11's Human Services Committee. My name is Art Perez, and I am the vice chair of the committee. The committee is called to order at, what time is it?
Well, don't call it to order yet. Just say the ground rules.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay,
it's
ground
fine.
rules. Ground rules first, okay. Number one, no one may speak until granted the floor. Number two, Community Board 11 members, if you have a question about board business or to make a motion, please raise your hand through Zoom. If you click the participants icon, the participants panel will appear and you should find the raise hand function. And if you still have technical difficulty, you may click, sorry, I gotta move things. And relay your difficulty to the staff. Okay, the chat function should not be used for Community Board 11 business or questions about agenda topics. All such remarks should be made on the record by raising your hand through Zoom. Chat should only be used to alert us to any technical difficulties you are having or to state in writing information like an email address that was already stated aloud on the record during the meeting. When a member is given the floor to speak, I will identify you and you can unmute yourself so that you can speak. Please keep your questions and comments succinct and germane to the discussion. Okay. Okay, members of the public. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Members of the public, if you have a question or comment about some of the agenda, please raise your hand through Zoom and you will be recognized. Okay. So now the meeting is called to order at 6. What time is it?
6:17.
6:17 p.m. And tonight we are joined by Community Associate Marlene Pierre, the staff liaison to our committee. So I guess we can go to a roll call now.
Yes. Eva Chan.
Present.
Thanks. Jose Garcia. Robin Krinsky. Patricia Martin.
Present.
Thank you. Jennifer Meyer.
Present.
Shirley Pena. Arturo Perez.
Present.
Pastor Isaac Scott. And Robin Stration.
Present.
Thank you. You have quorum, Arturo.
Okay, thank you. All right, so now we move to adoption of the agenda. The agenda for tonight's meeting was distributed ahead of time by the board office and was posted online. If there is no objection, we will adopt the agenda as stated. Committee members, if you object to adopting the agenda, you may raise your hand through Zoom. Are there any objections to the adoption of agenda? Okay, seeing none, let's go to the adoption of the March minutes. The minutes from our last meeting were distributed to committee members ahead of time by the board office. If there is no objection, we will adopt the minutes from that meeting. Committee members, if you object to adopting the minutes, you may raise your hand through Zoom. So no objection to the adoption of the minutes. So we can move forward. So we're moving to announcements. And the first announcements are from Cole Riley. And Welfare. Welfare is a food nonprofit that distributes healthy groceries to residents in NYCHA public housing developments for free. Cole Riley, are you with us?
Hey, how you doing, Art?
Hi.
Great. So I should just kind of launch into my little kind of overview.
Sure, this is the announcement section.
Yeah, perfect. So yeah, my name's Cole. I'm the founder of Welfare. We are a 501c3 nonprofit. We've been operating in Bushwick for the past year, distributing a box program every month to residents of public housing. And this box is filled with healthy, delicious, nutritious products donated from brand partners across the country. Pretty much brands that you would see mostly in Whole Foods, healthy snacks, healthy drinks, healthy pantry goods, all shelf stable in a box, roughly $200 worth of goods that we deliver to families that we know are on SNAP, are on WIC, that are visiting pantries, and that are going to bodegas to make ends meet. We come in with this incredibly impactful box in the middle of the month that just is an incredible, not only kind of streamline of products into the pantry and the fridge to just get food in the door, but also offers healthier alternatives and swaps to what kids are grabbing at the corner store. You know, a low sugar beverage instead of a Coke. You know, these are big, impactful swaps that we've seen on the ground for a year in Bushwick change families' nutritional dynamic. And so we're bringing this to Harlem starting this Saturday. We're going to be launching in conjunction with the EDC, in collaboration with the EDC, and distributing from La Marqueta. Now, this Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is really just a sign-up event. And we're going to be activating the Taft houses and the Johnson houses, putting up posters over the course of this week in lobbies and passing out postcards and informational to come down to this pop-up at La Marqueta, learn more about the service, sign up, and then get on our monthly rolls where they can pick up boxes from that outpost at the market. I'm going to drop in my contact info in the chat. I'm always happy to talk about potential community partnerships, whether it's for product in the box or whether it's for other types of goods and services that we can provide to families, food or otherwise, or even fresh food from urban farms in the neighborhood, or any type of stakeholders that have a presence. We want to collaborate and be on your radar. So I'll drop in that contact info. And if you're interested, come on down from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday on East 115th and Park. We'll be there. You'll find me. You'll see our red tents. And we look forward to building and growing in this neighborhood and bringing fresh food and healthy food to those in need.
Okay, great. Thank you. Sounds like a great program. Cole. Okay.
And yeah, Eva, I see one. I see you having your hand up. If I can answer any questions.
Sure. Go ahead, Eva.
Yes, thank you. I want to ask how a senior can sign up. Do they have to be present on Saturday? Or can organizations sign people up for them?
Yeah, so there's a couple ways that families can sign up. So definitely coming down to this sign up event on Saturday, but also on these posters that we're always going to be kind of rotating into these lobbies. There's going to be a phone number and a website. You can come to our website to sign up. So there's a couple different ways to get in touch with us. It's not just this Saturday. You know, we're going to find innovative ways to bring this box to homebound seniors. We know that's a problem. We launched initially with a direct-to-door service, incredibly difficult in public housing, but we're going to find creative ways to get boxes to people that can't leave the house. For now, anyone who's signed up that can't physically pick up, we recommend home health care aides, friends, neighbors, family to pick up on their behalf. And it's worked quite well in Bushwick. But yeah, we will have multiple touch points for families and individuals to sign up.
All right.
And
great.
the purpose is for homebound seniors.
No, it's for anyone living in these activated NYCHA developments. And we activate Taft and Johnson this Saturday. We look to expand to all NYCHA and Section 8 housing across the community. But right now, it's anyone that's living in those two developments across however many buildings, I think it's 19 different buildings, can sign up for the service and qualify for this free box every month.
All right, great. Any other questions for Cole Riley? I see Noel has raised his hand. Noel, you'd like to ask a question?
Not exactly a question, it's a comment. Cole Riley and his previous group, Founders Give, were tremendously supportive of Metropolitan during the pandemic, providing meals to staff on a very regular basis. So I just want to say thank you for that.
Hey, thanks, Noel. Yeah, Founders Give, this campaign we launched at the peak of the pandemic in 2020 was the largest private relief effort in New York City. We distributed 2 million products to 51 hospitals and were plugged in with every single hospital system in the city. It's a massive undertaking, but it got us partnered with practically every food brand across the country. And that's why this program that we're developing, this isn't something that we're looking to just be some small community-based. We really want to be able to scale this up because we saw the reach that we can have during 2020 with Founders Give. Thanks for the shout out, Noel. It was great working with Metropolitan, with all the hospitals, including Harlem, and practically every New York City health and hospital facility in the city.
Great, thank you for that, Noel. Any other questions or comments for Cole? All righty, so seeing none, thank you, Cole.
Cool. Thanks, everyone.
Next announcement is the Bridge Project. The Bridge Project is launching its second phase and is offering 500 pregnant moms up to $1,000 per month for 3 years. If you are randomly selected to participate, all the money from the Bridge Project will be unconditional and come with no requirements, and you will have the option to keep your participation in the program anonymous. So that's just some information on this great new initiative, the Bridge Project. Okay, and the last announcement is the Harlem Health Advocacy Partners. Harlem Health Advocacy Partners will launch their Photo Voice exhibit on Wednesday, May 11th, 2022. The exhibit will be featured at 158 East 115th Street, New York, New York, the second floor from 4 to 7 p.m. Photo Voice is a process through which people capture images of their environment and experiences to share with others, usually to bring awareness and attention to issues of importance. That's Harlem Health Advocacy Partners. All right, so I think that ends our announcement section. And now we will go to informational updates. So of course, we're going to start with our COVID-19 updates. First, New York City Department of Health, DOH, Pauline Ferrante.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's Pauline
Hi.
from the department. So I am happy to share some updates with you. So as most of you already know, the second booster shot is now available for those who are 50 plus, or if you are 12 plus and immunocompromised. So those are the two categories that are eligible now for a second booster shot. And you can definitely get one through a city-run site. So we advise everyone to go ahead and schedule your booster appointment if you are eligible now. Cases are increasing in New York City, particularly in Manhattan. So we want to make sure that everyone continues to wear a face covering when you're in a public indoor setting, continuing to encourage people to get vaccinated and boosted. to go ahead and get tested if you have symptoms or are exposed, and also to get treated. There are lots more treatment options available now, which is really helpful for folks. And actually, if you do test positive and you are prescribed an antiviral, the city will actually work with a pharmacy called Alto to deliver them to you same day for free. So this is a service for city residents that we want to make sure you are getting your treatment to you as quickly as possible. There is a risk level COVID alert that's on our website. So currently we are at a low level, but again, like I mentioned, cases are increasing throughout the city. So that may change in the future. So we just encourage everyone to continue going onto our website to get the most updated information. And those are my COVID updates for tonight.
Thank you, Pauline. I was wondering if you had any information about the Legionnaires cases we talked about?
Yes, so yes, I didn't know if you wanted to have H&H talk about COVID-19 before I moved on to the Legionnaires at East River houses, but I'm happy to jump into that if you'd like.
Please, why don't you?
Sure. So we just received notice, and I provided the information last week on April 7th, that all the sampling that the health department did in collaboration with NYCHA, some samples did come back with live Legionella bacteria in the water. So we sent a notice to the residents of East River houses, letting them know that there will be a tenant meeting on Wednesday. So we encourage everyone in the affected buildings to attend. It's at 7 p.m. and the Zoom details are on the notice that NYCHA is responsible for sharing with all the tenants and the tenant leader. So if you hear of any tenants who haven't received information about the update and or the meeting, please let us know. We'll be happy to share that with you. But again, NYCHA is responsible for sharing that information. And to my understanding, they have already done so. But again, the buildings that are affected are 442, 444, 446, and 448 East 105th Street. So not all the buildings, but some of the buildings in the complex. So again, we just want to make sure people are taking their proper precautions. The reason why we were notified to start the investigation was that 2 people over the course of 12 months were diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease. They were both over the age of 50, had all of the typical underlying conditions that would lead to developing Legionnaire's from exposure. So they've all been released from the hospital at this point. And it was just out of an abundance of caution that we went and did this testing. And so just for everyone's awareness, Legionella bacteria is very, very common in the environment, and they grow in warm, stagnant places. And so NYCHA is responsible for upgrading and mitigating any of the concerns within their water. But this does not affect the drinking water. Legionnaires is really only a huge issue when someone breathes or inhales a mist of water that contains the bacteria. So we are encouraging everyone to continue following the water safety guidelines that we have shared, which includes not taking a shower, unfortunately, but running a bath very slowly in their bathroom to make sure that there's no mist that is created. But again, it's not something that it's not contagious, and it's not something that you can get through drinking water. So again, it has to be inhaled droplets with the Legionnaire's bacteria in it, and then it develops into a pneumonia for those who may be more susceptible. So average healthy adults and children are not as susceptible. It doesn't mean that it doesn't happen, but it's usually occurring among older folks with existing pulmonary disease.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Pauline, for the update. Any questions for Pauline on either the COVID or Legionnaires? No, okay. All right, Well, seeing none, why don't we move on to New York City Health and Hospitals, Metropolitan. Noel, would you like to give us an update?
Sure, thanks, Noel Alisea from Metropolitan Hospital. A couple of quick things. In terms of COVID, we continue to provide vaccine and testing at our location on 97th and 1st. The vaccine center that is located at the 2nd Avenue entrance is going to be moving upstairs to our primary care practice. So adults will go to the 3rd floor, children will continue to go to the 5th floor. Vaccine and booster are available by appointment, and testing is still walk-in and will remain so for the time being. I don't have a lot more specific about COVID. I do have some other things I'll mention briefly. It's Immigrant Heritage Week in New York City. Just a reminder that we see patients regardless of national origin, documentation status, etc. And we have programs like New York City NYC Care that connects people to coverage if they don't qualify for other forms of coverage. This is particularly useful to people who are undocumented. We are also doing our Triennial Community Health Needs Assessment. There's a Survey Monkey link I'm going to put in the chat, and I will share with the community board so that they can also share it. We want to hear from our community in terms of what the health needs are and resources that we need in our community. And last but not least, Metropolitan was named again the most racially inclusive hospital in New York State and the 3rd in the country. So we're very proud of that. It means simply that we serve the patients directly, the people in our community, and our patients reflect our community. So we're very proud of that. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Noel. Any questions for Noel? No? Okay, seeing none.
You have one hand in the attendee section, Erica
okay.
Donovan.
Go ahead, please.
Oh God, I used Erica's link, but this is Isabel Abreu from Union Settlement. We all know each other from my former role as liaison from the Manhattan Borough President's Office. Noel, thank you for sharing about Immigrant Heritage Week, and also big shout out, because it is true that Metropolitan is really, really, really a very inclusive hospital, and we're so lucky to have them as part of our beautiful institutions and partners in the community. And so just to add that late last week, we agreed to have a partnership with the Department of Consumer and Worker Protection and the New York City Commission on Human Rights. And we're gonna be, they're gonna be facilitating a webinar because of Immigrant Heritage Week, where they're gonna be educating and updating our East Harlem residents about worker protection, especially with the COVID-19 paid sick leave and other updates to rights of domestic workers. I am more than happy to share the information on the chat and send the flyer to the community board and anybody else who wants it. I am going to drop my information on the chat. But again, thank you, Noel, for mentioning that it is Immigrant Heritage Week in New York.
Okay. Noel, you have a question?
No, I'm sorry. My hand was up for from before. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
You, Isabel.
All right. Any questions for Isabel or commentary? No? All righty. So then we are moving on to informational updates. And I see the first informational update is the Exodus Transitional Community clients relocating from 2271 3rd Avenue to 2277 3rd Avenue.
Hi,
And-
Art, I'm so sorry. Let me interrupt you real fast. Because it was on the agenda prior to just like let everyone know that, Deputy Speaker Ayala was supposed to attend. And that's why old business had to be moved up. So I know people are waiting for her to come on, but she will not come on. So if you would like to, let the committee and the attendees know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I can say exactly what Marlene just said. We did receive the mayor's response to the preliminary budget for the fiscal year 2023, starting February 2022. And we created like 14 budget requests pertaining to seniors, mental health, COVID-19, healthcare, and substance misuse. One budget request was funded for fiscal year 23 to address substance misuse in public parks in Community District 11. And like Marlene mentioned, we were expecting our Deputy Speaker Diane Ayala to present this evening on the mayor's preliminary budget. And we were going to address some specific questions related to human services budget, but unfortunately, something came up and she could not attend today's meeting. So I presume we will perhaps have it next month. All right, so with that, we're going to turn to old business. And again, the first old business is the Exodus Transitional Community, where clients are relocating from 2271 Third Avenue to 2277 Third Avenue. And I believe Diana Ortiz would like to present on Exodus. Diana?
Hi, I am here. Thank you so much for including me on the agenda and Exodus to talk about this. Just wanted to let everybody know that it's just 3 buildings down where we are right now. So it will be street level, will be our mental health clinic, and then above that will be our outpatient substance abuse program. And so we were lucky to be able to find this location, although we're still doing a lot of our work telehealth, which we started during COVID and have been able to continue in the same way. We're happy to have this new location to be able to, receive people who may be in a wheelchair or difficulties climbing up steps.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you, Diana, for that information. Any questions or comments on the Exodus program? Okay, I don't see anyone. So I think we can move to new business. I don't have anything new to really talk about this month, except to say that as you all know, and it's self-evident, Nye Whitaker has resigned as the chairperson for this committee. I am stepping in as the vice chair, but we still have a vacancy for the chair. I'm not exactly sure what the process is to fill the chair. Marlene, do you know what that is?
Yes, that depends on board leadership to fill her position.
Okay. And what does that mean exactly? On board.
Right. So that final decision, the district manager and Xavier, who was on this call, and you can definitely chime in, Xavier, if I'm missing something, would go through the list and figure out who would be most suitable to chair this committee.
I see. All right. So until we get a chair, I'll be stepping in to do that work. I see Pastor has hand raised. Pastor, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just had a question about just going back to Exodus. Was there supposed to be a motion for was there any action items on the agenda, or was that just for information for what's presented? I'm sorry, I joined late from class.
It was just information.
Okay, thank you. I apologize.
That's fine. All righty, so any questions, any other comments? I do not see any. So I don't have any other new business, so I presume we can move to adjournment. Right, Marlene?
Yes,
Okay, do we need to do a roll call again?
no,
Oh, good, okay.
I'm sorry, a roll call? Yes, you do. It was supposed
We
to be,
do need to do a roll call, okay.
yeah, so I'll just do a roll call because I see that Pastor Scott joined, just to note his attendance, just really fast. Eva Chan,
Present.
Osendi Garcia, Robin Krinsky, Patricia Martin,
Present.
Jennifer Meyer,
Present.
Shirley Pena, Arturo Perez,
Present.
Pastor Isaac Scott,
Present, thank you.
and Robin Strachan.
Present.
Thank you.
All right, so I guess we can move to adjournment. Thank you all for your participation, and we'll see you all next month. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.